Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. But Adrian... We'll get back to her. I hope that... I wonder if, like... Okay. I wonder if unlocking her would have led me down a path towards the other ending. Like, at what point does the timeline diverge here towards the bad ending? Like, is it a last-second decision? Or is it, like, something much earlier that leads down two entirely different, like, paths? That's what I'm wondering about. Well, Wright, what are you gonna do if you plan on changing your defense? No! We can't do that! That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth? Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. That is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I really knew what a prosecutor was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. Huh. Well. Man. I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... Matt on guard. That man is really arg. It doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Oh, ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. Yeah. That isn't proper defense at all. Well, I mean, it would be a winning defense, because we'd be by winning. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. He's gonna tell me I have to defend him because that's what my place is. In all of this, this is just what I have to do. We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You are a defense lawyer. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. And, isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You were so petty. You went off into the great wide open. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. Huh. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Oh, you just... Man, did you actually just say that? You just broke the fourth wall. Mr. Nick, the transceiver! I know. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Well then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Enguarde's sake? Or are you Mr. Enguarde? Well, no, he said he was the killer, so... Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. The man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am doing. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. Your what? Is that like after you shave, then you take care of your face? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. As well as a certain number of letters that if you scramble them up, you get killered. Which is another verb for... No, wait. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is a part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. Yeah, because he knows that if... I was going to say that earlier. He knows that if Matt Enguarde gets found guilty, then it's going to make him look bad, because no one else is going to want to hire him, because they think they'll be found guilty too. And to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end... What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did. But my name is the Killer. What's your first name? Are there two of these idiots out here? Shelly the Killer, yep. What? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. You know, that sounds suspiciously like Von Karma when she says, like, as a Von Karma, I always win. Huh. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya, it would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a lice-nong nap. Oh, no! Oh my god, Pearl. Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Fuck! Mystic Maya! Dude. I don't know what to say. Edgeworth? Did you hear that at the end of that transmission? Yup. Get some more toilet paper! Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? It can't be. Yup. Oh, man. Alright, you hurry over as well, then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Yeah! Okay, so let's say we get there, we rescue Maya. What do we do in court tomorrow? Do we lose on purpose? Let's get there. My hand is shaking. I can't believe my hand is, like, seriously shaking. Okay, living room, go! Dear God. Couldn't they have at least made it nighttime here? Maya! Please answer us, Mystic Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. Now the teddy bear is by the door! Was that there before? I would have noticed it if it was there before. Oh. Yep. They sure were. Yeah, I think they have, and I bet you anything she's not here. Bear. Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason. Yeah. Figurine added to the court record. Ooh. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right. Look down. There's a little pet door installed here. Oh, I'm sure that's for Shu. Doesn't Maya hear us in here? Or is she unconscious? Do you think that this came through that little door? This door is locked. Stick your head through the thing, man. Pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Oh my god, I can see the two of them. Ugh. Ah, there's no one here. But there is a satellite dish. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed. Yes! Let's see that crime, man. Let's see that motherfucking crime. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. No! That tape's gotta be here. We're gonna see that murder. We're gonna watch it. But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. What was on that tape? Sex stuff. Sex stuff. It's with the Archbishop and wine cellar. Let's go. We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. And she's not here, so he got away with her? I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. No. What is that on the floor? That was definitely not there before. This looks like a picture of Miss Inpax. With love, Celeste. Miss Inpax? You mean Mr. Kurita's former manager? Why would a picture of Miss Inpax be here in Mr. Onguard's man? Was it the other way around? Was she having an affair with him? Then why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Oh, man. Maybe that's why Juan, when she was going to get married to Juan, right? He probably called off the wedding when he found out that she was, like, cheating on him with Matt, then. Which would further cement the rivalry between the two. I guess. What's wrong, Pearls? Please let me see that picture frame. What? Oh no, she recognizes it from back home. It's Morgan. On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message. What? Oh dear. Oh my god, the feels, this music. Ugh. I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Or space. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gonna watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Oh! This music. No! Mystic Maya. Right. Man, seeing Edgeworth in this cramped up basement. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth, yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. Oh, water, drink water. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? That. Yes. Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearl. It's time to open that last lock. I think she needs to be put to bed. Oh, man, I tell ya. Oh, I'm surprised there's not to be continued there. I mean, what is this going to be? After all this shit we found out, what's left? Like, she's going to find out that Matt Ongar committed some murder before? Like, why is that even a big deal anymore now that we know what we know? Anyway, it's going to have something to do with Celeste, I guess, is why we're here. But, good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I need some sleep. It's going on 11 here. I've come to remove your psych lock. Why don't you just say it to her? Psyche lock? I think it's actually psyche lock, but I want to know, and you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Mama, they try and break me. Whoops. What am I doing? Try and break me if you can, so Phoenix just walks out of the room. Picture that. I knew I was supposed to do him first, though. I did call that one. Why frame him if he's already guilty? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ongar for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ongar. You may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge, so you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt? What an absurd idea, Miss Andrews. There is something or someone in your past that would make you take revenge. Well, my first instinct before was to present Celeste's profile. Now I have her picture. And the with love. Yep. Are you trying to help or hurt Matt with what you're doing? What? What am I doing? This random haphazard throwing out of evidence you're so fond of doing? That's not what I was trying to do at all. Then refrain from doing it anymore. Crap. Ooh, I guess I screwed up big again. Yeah, I did. So you were saying I was taking out my revenge on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Oh my god. It's the suicide, isn't it? It's the suicide that motivated her, not Celeste herself. Something or someone in her past. In her past is the key word here. Since those are in... Ugh. I can't even speak now. This has got to be it. Yes, it is. Of course. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. That is Miss Inpax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, The one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. OnGuard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Inpax and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? Actually, I think I can. Now's when I present the picture, right? Because it says with love, yeah. I just had my shit out of order again, that's all. This is a photo of Miss Inpax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Inpax's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this in Mr. OnGuard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Well, there you go. Huh, well that's good. I mean, at least I didn't run it all the way down to 0 before figuring this out. Jeez. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Corita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. OnGuard? What do you mean? She was two-timing, I think, either that or something. I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager for a long time ago. Ugh. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. Oh, damn. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste, is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. What? Toyed with until she was thrown away. Just like he said. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. That is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. So she wasn't exactly two-timing him, not really. Because she said she'd already left. So on that night she killed herself. Man. Was it really that bad? I mean, she said as much. The two of them didn't have a relationship. I guess they just had just enough of one. That, you know, just enough of one for Juan to be jealous if he found out about it, you know. Exactly. And then Juan just freaked out. And went postal on his ass and you fill in the blanks, you know. Then why did Mr. Corita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Oh. Poor Miss Inpax. Indeed. That wasn't the end of it. I didn't think so. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds. And so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt. Oh, he's been saving it. And would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze. So that's why he planned to make the confession. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge, there's that word again. Heavy. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. So, at the hotel then. Or just after his big thing. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. Huh. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body... Before the night... Ooh, jeez. It was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Wow. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. Besides, he was already dead anyway, so that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I know now. Boy. Well, so there's that. Next time, I guess, on Phoenix Wright. It's... Oh, no, don't be spoiling shit. Oh my god, what's going on? It's going by itself. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. This again? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. He's dreaming. You are no longer worthy of your title.